6 months into the future, and light years from the planet of my birth, the Kree and the Skrull have been waging war for millennia. Deaths tally in the billions. But now, they put aside long-standing grievances to unite against a common threat. Me. I offer my guidance. The galaxies refuse. So full. Empires. Kree. Skrull. Shia. Teknaki. Badum. Rune. Now my name is whispered in alien nightmares alongside Phoenix, Galactus, Thanos. Sometimes by itself. Doom rejects. So it's true. It really is you, isn't it, Victor? It's amazing. An artificial construct of reality. A world where there should be nothing. Look at what you've made. Yes, I did what you and all of your ilk could not. I saved the unsavable from the face of total annihilation. I am a miracle worker. But here you are. So you must be as well. We built a ship. All we saved was ourselves. I can't help but notice you decided to put yourself on a throne. Yeah, we're all absolutely shocked by that. Just floored. A throne? I've had a throne for quite some time. A throne was my birthright. I've placed myself a good bit higher than that.
Have you? I have my doubts. If one plays at being a god, one would not shy away from saying it.
I am God. I understand this must be confusing for all of you, but take heart, for while I am mighty, I am also merciful. I will give you a moment to readjust your old ways of thinking. Then you will bend your knee and bow your head at my feet. Believe me, for this world is mine.
Thanos. Doom. You have brought down the wall, pierced the shield I so carefully and costly built. For what? This? You wish to be Baron of the Waste? Oh, very well, I will permit you to keep the Horde if you can find your faith. Call it an endowment of goodwill. If not,
you offer me a gift. Me?
You forget I was a god once as well. The Infinity Gauntlet gave me that power. And when I was a god, I did not use those powers as a mortal would. As you have. Saving what you can. No, I wielded them as a god should, in judgment of all living things. You are a weak god, a pretender. It is you who should bow before me. And do you have an Infinity Gauntlet now? I do not. Yet I remain Thanos, the great tyrant. And for you, that will be enough. That appears untrue. Annihilus. I am owed penance for this indulgence. Yes, Yes, God, yes. Whatever you wish. There are heretics attacking my castle. I want you to devour them for me.
You could have come to me first. You should have come to me first. But you did not. I can forgive your initial dalliances with Richards and the others. Their nature is not conducive to such practicality. But after that, you chose to throw in with your subhuman lot. Now, you regret it. And you dragged the stinking carcass of your failure to my door. Victor, please, everything will stand or fall on what we face. You should have thought of that more and more carefully considered your position. You should have known better. Doom is no man's second choice. Now you must excuse me. I have other concerns. That's it. Put it on. And then what? And then good morning. 5 a.m. on the Litverian Massif, the Time Research Laboratories of Victor von Doom. The most beautiful moment of the day is when the dawn is being born, you must agree. I replay it over and over. Does Richards ever pause to watch these moments? Like Prospero, he finds beauty only in his own rigorous attempts to comprehend and master the universe, with John Storm as his impetuous, fiery Ariel. And you his monstrous Caliban. This ring I conceal controls the secure bolts on the mask I wear to hide my disfigurement. Come. I promised you a glimpse of the truth.
I've seen your ugly mug before, Vic. I don't scare that easily. What's your angle this time? Because I'm losing my patience fast.
Enough hollow bravado, my poor, ugly, angry man. There is no more angle. Our pointless war is over. It is the end of your torment. And mine. And the beginning of truth. I will show you this face. The face he gave me. Listen to my story. And then tell me you will not help me.
Me? Help Dr. Doom? This had better be some kind of a...
Look. Help me. Put an end to the sick dream of Reed Richards.
Oh, that face isn't... You've pulled stunts like this before. What is this? It don't feel right. You better explain this to me before... You better... Not Reed.
Ben. Good-hearted. Naive. Ben. Everything I have just told you is true. Reed Richards has betrayed the world. No one can understand that better than I. My people love me, I love and protect them in return as a legitimate head of a sovereign European state. And yet he has made an international devil of me and a monster of you. This ain't right. He marries the woman you once cared for, only to ignore her He tells you he has no cure for the cosmic radiation poisoning which robbed you of your humanity. And yet, 5 minutes of your time is all I will need to restore the man you used to be. The man I remember from State University when we were young.
What did you say?
This is extraordinary. Cynthia Von Doom must have been a mystic of considerable skill, even if only half of the notations in these pages are true.
They are all true. Every word.
Tell me, Doom, what do you remember of your mother?
Only her face. Her smile. Her touch. I was little more than an infant when my mother died, but I have come to know her well by reading her diary, and by the stories told me by my father and by Boris. She was a good woman. She lived to protect her family and her people. To those ends, she was forced to desperate acts.
Desperate acts indeed. She drew upon occult forces far beyond mortal control. If we are to free her soul, we must be ready to do battle with all of Hades.
No ordeal is too great, Doctor. For all of my adult life, I have sought a way to free my mother from damnation. Year after year, I have struggled with the infernal forces for her freedom. But to no avail. This time, however, will be different. But you are no doubt tired, Doctor. We can continue this after a good night's rest. Boris will show you to your chambers.
Von Doom, if you have worked so long for your mother's salvation, why did you subject yourself to the contest of the Vishanti? Why did you never simply seek me out and ask for my help?
I will bear any ordeal strange. But Dr. Doom does not beg. Good night. I'm growing tired of this, Kang. Where am I? Doomstead. My private study. I'm supposed to be in the Goss sector of remote quadrant Zulu. Why does this keep happening? My guess is that you've traveled through time so often that you've damaged your chromosomes. Cassiopeia's stars haven't artificially detonated, so this isn't later than mid-21st century. Close enough. They opened a black hole on the dark side of the moon today. The Antlion, you remember vaguely. Supposed to save the world. Did it? Oh, it depends. I don't know what timeline I'm in. Kang, why am I tethered to you? We may be distantly related in quantum entanglement. I don't drink with my adversaries. You just said we may be related. I said distantly. For every good deed, 10 bad things happen, Kang. Best avoid good deeds, then. Tell that to the Antlion Project. There was an artist who painted with every color in his palette. But there was one color of which he was particularly fond. Then he ran out of it. He couldn't find it again. I'm familiar with this proverb. The color is happiness, which ultimately leads to our destruction. He grew old searching for it. Soon he could no longer lift a brush. He never painted again. Happiness isn't the problem. It's our endless pursuit of it. What's gotten into you? So melancholy, so... Until next time, then. Are we going to talk about it?
Talk about what?
You know what?
I don't, Kang. Enlighten me.
Our blood relation.
I don't see the point.
To cure boredom, We're still 2 days from our waypoint.
I'm waiting for you to blink out of existence at any moment.
But I've been here for over 136 hours now. A new record.
It must be the antlion. With an expanding black hole that close to its reality as we know it, is beginning to shift. Yeah!
The black hole must be destroyed if Earth is to survive, and yet how does one destroy the invincible?
Now this is a subject with which to cure boredom. Greetings, gents. Name's Tom. Mightn't I share this car with you for the evening? Die. Let Richards be subsumed by his folly and victorious. Such irony in your name, your defeat. I need a new slave. One who doesn't cough up my throne so easily. Return home at once. Prepare for my homecoming. I am taking back what's mine and spilling usurper blood. I am, and always will be, the doom of this world, and it will always bow before me!
Dmitri Fortunov. What's wrong? Can't sleep. Ruler of Latveria, an impressive title. You must carry it with dignity. Stand up straight, you are a king after all. And hold your head high, he who reigns looks down on those who don't. But something's missing, yes. A true leader of Latveria must have this. Here, use this. It was my father's. My father, chased by your family into frozen fields where he died clutching me in his arms. The Latvian ruler must cause pain. And bear pain. Do it. Keep cutting. The ruler of Latveria must be a god. A god must soar through the heavens. Can you fly, Dmitri? Alas, a mere mortal. Pity.
I swear my undying loyalty to our master, his lordship, Dr. Victor von Doom. Hail, Doom.
Rise. Vasily Mikhaev, General.
Rank of High Osprey, Supreme Valor Medal, Malekith Invasion, Distinguished Combat Cross, Wakandan War, Star of Wounded Blood, Conquest of Rotruvia. My life is in mere service of your name. In the Antlion attack, our missile silos were compromised. Our air defense shield also failed in the counterattack. Traitors in our midst.
subverting our security.
May I read you something, Vasily?
Dearest Katerina, I dream of no fence between our homes, where we could be together again soon, with ease. I long for a simple chair, for a porch, and you, my love. And so on, and so on. It goes on like this, quite poetic. I have left the door open. All you must do is step inside, so that we may embrace through the end of our days. Love, Vasily. A silly love letter, Lord. A love letter intercepted by my spies in Aniana after the Antlion attack. A love letter written to Countess Katerina Kharkov, former monarch of Sinkaria. I'll give you a 2-minute running head start. Feed into my bear. Victor? What do you want? I'm quite busy up here correcting your mistakes. To be fair, it was the unprovoked missile attack that caused the black hole to destabilize.
A fortuitous occurrence, one that kicks dirt over your lethal miscalculations.
Whatever you need to believe. Regardless, I just wanted to say good luck. Everything looks good here on our end. I don't need your concern. I'm not concerned.
Then why are you even contacting me?
I told you to wish you luck.
Why do I need luck or childish wishes when nothing has been left to chance?
All I meant is that I think this is going to be successful.
I'm certain it will be.
Good.
Aren't you certain?
Why wouldn't I be? I know it's excellent work.
I know that it's a perfect solution.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, I know you know that.
Tell me what I know, Reed.
That you're certain your work is perfect.
But you don't think it's perfect.
I told you I believe it is.
What did you say that? You said no such thing, and believing is different than knowing.
Look, I'm not going to argue semantics with you over interspace communication when the fate of the world is at stake.
Of course! Because it is an argument you would lose!
This conversation is over now.
Oh, as if you get to decide!
Good luck, Victor.
Why would he even bother to hail me during this mission? If he has nothing to contribute.
Perhaps he secretly has doubts.
No, he's merely jealous. He feels embarrassed because of his own failures.
He seeks credit for your solution. Yes, he contacts you so it can appear that he's coordinating with you.
Even though the plan is mine alone!
The disaster is his fault. He wants to save some shred of his reputation.
Yes. By riding my coattails. Let him live on instead in disgrace. I have more important things to do.
Yes, you must morally transform. Exactly, that is the larger goal. Fixing Richard's error is merely a means to an end.
Correct. Everything we are all saying is correct. Or maybe Richard knows something.
Perhaps he knows of a flaw. He'd rather let that happen than let Doom be a hero. If he spotted something, it will be easy to locate. Scour the laser. Inspect the mirrors. There is time to re-examine the configuration of the device. He somehow knows this is going to fail.
It is said that memory does not form in a child until they are past their earliest years. But this has never been true for me. No. Victor Von Doom remembers all. Every moment of this life which has tried so hard yet failed to break me. Every loss, every sacrifice, Every vengeance taken by these hands. I could not forget them if I tried. Father never believed me, but I swore that my awareness began in my mother's womb. Perhaps it was the demons mother was dallying with that made this possible. Perhaps it was their touch that opened my mind too clearly and too early. But regardless, while Father couldn't believe my stories, Mother never doubted me for a moment. Mother's loving arms, how I lived for her embrace, as all boys do. If only I could have known why her hands were always so cold. But it was only years after it was much too late for her, too late for Father, too late for the entire world, that I would learn about her demons. A child of 3 cannot be expected to understand such things, of course. I only knew that my dear mother, who smiled at me with such love, also carried a dark shadow in her eyes, and that her hands were always cold as ice. We buried Mother in an unmarked grave on a hill in the hours just after dawn. The camp was on the move, trying to get everyone packed up and on the road before the Baron's men found out what had happened in the nearby village. No one spoke, but their faces said more than enough. They were scared for their lives. And they looked at my father, their leader, their friend, their healer, a man who just lost the love of his life. They looked at him with blame in their eyes. For the few years after that, we just traveled, always on the move. Father with his quiet grief and me, simply watching him. We rarely spoke of Mother, and when we did, we never spoke of her magics, or what she'd done. I suppose his hope was that as I grew older, I'd forget everything but her loving smile, that I'd lose myself in the happiness of childhood in our travels. As I said, Father always underestimated my memory. But though I never forgot, I did stop dwelling on her loss, as did he eventually. And as the years passed, our gypsy life did become a happy one. Of course, most of the other children kept their distance from me after Mother's death. Most. But not all. Valeria was the only friend I needed. The only one who really knew how to make me smile. How simple life seems to a child. Even to one like me. But as the years passed, years where the black arts brought me no success, I slowly turned to science. In my innocence, I thought to combine science and magic, forcing the black arts to follow my rules, not their own. If I was a prodigy at sorcery, then I cannot express how quickly I mastered science. And through this mastery, and the things I created, I was able to help our people in the ways Mother had always sought to. I was able to make the Baron's men run from us in fear. By the time I was 16 years old, I was the de facto leader of our clan. My intellect far outstripped those around me, so it was a natural progression. Only Valeria did I see as approaching an equal because of our childhood love. Yet we had grown apart. And when she looked at me, I saw only sadness in her eyes. What more could she feel, I suppose? She didn't understand my destiny. She did it understand that everything I'd done, all the inventions and displays of power, they were only a digression along my true path. I have a frustrating attempts to reach the nether realms, to find my mother. All the things I taught myself had been with that goal in mind. Vengeance on the Baron's men was simply an afterthought to years on the run from these same vicious men. For when I looked at these soldiers, I thought about Father's final embrace, and about Mother's fatal mistakes. And what drove me to save Mother drove me also to punish the people who forced her to seek counsel from the damned in the first place. But this vengeance was almost like a game. Our people striking a blow against the oppressor, and then running for the hills. But one night, that all changed. I had gone walking in the night breeze, walking off the frustration of yet another failed attempt to reach my mother. And in my black mood, I lost track of time and place until...
You! Halt! Stop where you are, gypsy!